Hey guys, so today I'm going to be showing you how to make the letter bracelet. I'm going to show you how to make an A first today. So as you can see, I already drew out what I'm going to do. So I have 7 strings that I'm going to use for the background. I'm going to have 7 across. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this is the bracelet. So it's going to be sideways, like this is going to be how the bracelet goes. So the X's are the stitches that I'm going to do to make the letters. So I'm going to show you how I did this. I'm going to make a B. So let's see, hold on. How did I do this? Okay, I'm going to leave 2 columns, blank, and then I'm going to start on the B, and across this way for the top. And you can do this any way you want. This is just how I'm doing it. You can do as many strings as you want and do it in any design you want. And I know it kind of looks weird right now since it's on paper and on graph paper, but it looks really nice when it comes out in the bracelet. And so then the C, this is just how I'm doing it. And that could be a C. So it just depends on what you want to do. If you want to make a curve, it's a good idea to do it like catacornered like this, and it looks really nice when you do a curve. Like here on this bracelet, I did a B, and it looks like a curve kind of, but yeah, and then my W. So that's how you would draw it out. And then when you actually go to make it, hold on a sec, the lid on my Sharpie. When you actually go to make it, I have 7 white strings here, and that's going to be the color of my actual letters. And then the blue, you're going to need a lot of that. That's going to be for my background. So I'm going to need a lot of the blue. So I put it on a bobbin. You can buy these at Michael's, any sewing store. And I'm using embroidery thread. And you can get whole packs of that at Michael's. Like that's all, I got that entire thing at Michael's. And there was more, but I used it. So, and it's not too expensive either. Yarn actually works better with letter bracelets, but I don't have any yarn right now, so I'm gonna use this. And it still works, you just have to find what you like better. So yeah, I have 7 white strings, and that's over on the graph paper. That's why I had 7 rows. So then I have the 1 blue string, which is going to be my background. So what you want to do is you want to do forward knots across the entire row with the blue string. So I'm assuming you guys know what a forward knot is, but it's just like you make a 4 and then you take the blue and you bring it underneath like this, and then you pull it tight, and then you do that again, and you're going to do that all the way across. And usually people tell you to pull it really tight, but I find that it messes up the knot when you're doing letter bracelets. Still pull it tight enough so that it's a knot, but not like super like as tight as you can go. You want to kind of just, once you start doing it enough, you'll find your groove and how you want to do things. I think I did 2 on that. Yeah, I think I did. Oops. And I'm using a small clipboard, but I also have, you can also use like tape, and you can tape it to a notebook or you can pin it to a pillow. Either one will work, but I find pinning it to a pillow is kind of a pain because it keeps coming out, at least when I did it. And oops, I need to stop doing that. And I forgot to mention the white strings, the length for that. A good rule of thumb is to do it as long from your fingertips to your shoulder when your arm is straight. That usually gives you a long enough string. I usually do it a little bit longer than that just to be safe. I know there's specific, see, that's what I'm talking about, specific measurements that people will give you, but I never carry a ruler around with me when I'm trying to do these things, so I just do it as long as my arm. Okay, so I just did all the way across, forwards knots. So then you want to take the same blue string and you're going to do backwards knots now across all of them. And this is just giving you like your basic background, and then you can get going on the letter. I'm just doing this where you want to start. So backwards knot is you do a backwards 4 or like a P, whichever you want to call it, and you go underneath like that. And you do that twice. That's a backwards knot. And this is just how I like do it. People do it different ways with backwards, forwards knots, but this is how I do it, and it's worked out fine for me. So make sure you're doing it in order, not like I just did. And it's not going to look too pretty the first few rows. You just kind of have to get going on it before it starts to look like an actual bracelet. Can you guys see that? I'm going to bring my light over. One more. There. It's better. And feel free, this is the first real tutorial video that I've made, so feel free if you have more experience than me when it comes to doing bracelet tutorials, or any kind of tutorials, feel free to comment in the comment bar, because I am totally open to suggestions on how to do things. The reason I chose to do letter bracelets, actually, is because when I was first trying to learn how to do a letter bracelet, I really wanted to do one because my grandma was sick and I was going to make her one. I looked online, I looked everywhere, and I could not find any step-by-step things on how to do specific letters. And because I didn't understand the whole drawing it out on graph paper and doing the knots, I thought there was like a step-by-step thing somewhere, and I couldn't find it anywhere, so I finally just, it took a lot of research to figure it out, so I'm just doing these and hope that it'll make people's lives more easier when they're trying to learn how to do these, because I was really frustrated. And it is like 100 degrees in here. It's really hot. Sorry, that was random. Okay, so I just did my row backwards knots. So you can do a few more rows, like I usually do that, and then I repeat what I just did. I do a row this way and a row this way again, and then I usually start on my letter. But since, for time's sake, I'm just gonna start on the letter right now. So what you want to do, and I have my little design right here.